If I told you there was a ritual where they shrunk human heads to the size of an orange, would you believe me? Because today we're uncovering one of history's darkest traditions. So, welcome back to Tamara's History, where we talk about all things macabre, weird, and mysterious. And today we're traveling deep in the Amazonian rainforest to uncover the terrifying practice of head shrinking. And the real reason is far stranger than what you probably think. The practice itself is known as sansa, or head shrinking, and it was carried out primarily by the Shuar people, along with some neighboring indigenous groups living in what is now Ecuador and Peru. Contrary to what Hollywood made you believe, these weren't made simply as gruesome trophies. To the Shuar, a person's head was believed to contain a powerful spirit, and if that spirit wasn't controlled after death, it could return to seek revenge against the person who killed them. So after the battle, the head would be carefully removed, the skull was discarded, leaving only the skin and the hair. The skin was then boiled for a short time before being filled with heated stones and hot sand, slowly shrinking it from the inside until it was only a fraction of its size. The eyes were sewn shut and the lips were stitched together. Not to make the head look more terrifying, but because they believed that this trapped the enemy's spirit inside, preventing it from escaping and, doing harm to the living. Ironically, one of the darkest parts of this story didn't come from the ritual itself, it came from the outside world. So, during the late 19th and early 20th century, European and American collectors became obsessed with shrunken heads. So, museums, wealthy collectors, and tourists even were willing to pay a huge amounts of money to own it. And that demand created like a horrifying black market. So, people began killing simply to produce heads for sale, while others manufactured some that were faked from, using animal remains or even human bodies that were stolen from the morgues. So a sacred spiritual ritual had been transformed into a gruesome business. Today, these like authentic ceremonial tsansas are incredibly rare and are treated as important cultural artifacts rather than collector's items. Many museums are even returning them to indigenous communities, recognizing that they were never meant to be displayed behind glass. So the next time you see a tiny shrunken head in a horror movie, remember it wasn't just created to frighten people. It was created because of a deeply held belief that even in death, an enemy could still come back for revenge. So would you have guessed that this ritual was about trapping a spirit rather than collecting trophies? Let me know in the comments and follow me for more macabre, weird, and mysterious things with Tamara knows